Well, folks, it's a rough life, isn't it? I feel like when I say that, I should be doing the thumbnail art like, oh my God, it's such a rough life, but I'm not going to do all that. Technically, I just did. Let's get it. Welcome to Prepper Nation. I am John, aka the King of Saudi Mayberry, son. How's everybody doing? Thank you for watching, for listening, for shooting a thumbs up, for hitting subscribe, helping the channel grow. It's our channel, and we got people out here lost, running in the walls trying to find this channel. So you are helping them out as well. Liz R, I appreciate the mean bean this morning. Thank you very much. So jump straight into it. It's a rough life. Do you ever miss being a zombie? Let me finish. People are like, "No!" Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. I'm with you on that. But do you ever just wonder what it would be like to go back for 5 minutes? Just 5 minutes where your mind is constantly not racing, trying to figure out what you're being lied to about. Because when you're awake, most of y'all are, I would gamble to say, when you're awake, it's like being in a shady marriage or something or a relationship, right? You know your significant other's out here being a little witch and doing things that they shouldn't be doing. And you're trying to catch them, but you never can quite catch them, right? This being the government. The government's always lying to us, folks. Spoiler alert. But do you ever wonder what it would be like to go back for 5 minutes? I can't even really remember what it was like. I it seems like being a kid. You know how when you're a kid and people around you, adults are like, "Son, you don't know how easy you got it." You This is not gonna make sense to many people, but some people in the South, maybe they've heard this. You're knee high to a bullfrog. I used to hear that constantly. You're just knee high to a bullfrog, you're still wet behind the ears, you don't have any real life problems. Wait till you're an adult. Wait until you're an adult, then you have real problems, then you have to pay bills, and you have to do all of this other stuff, and they didn't even know about Joe Biden's taxes. Well, once you wake up and you see what's going on around you, it's kind of like you become an adult. Sorry if you're a zombie watching this, I hate it for you, but you still got the mentality of a child. The government will take care of me. Yeah, I'm living here and the government's paying for everything. You're a child. Yeah, grow up is what I'm trying to tell you, but at the same time, enjoy that final 5 minutes because when you wake up, there's no going back. Because once you wake up, you realize how evil globalists are, don't you? And it does something to you. It rewires you in a certain way. I know some of you got this comment yesterday. Somebody said that it was driving them nuts. Their spouse, their better half, I think they put it, was not on board and thought it was ridiculous. And it's just like you're rewired to see what's really going on. Your significant other, that's got to be a bad situation. Your significant other is still got that child mindset, like they haven't officially grown up. I see non-preppers. Heck, I know non-preppers. I know several of them, and they just live differently. You know what I mean? I'm over here stacking. We're over here trying to can and stuff. And the non-preppers that I know, they're worried about stuff like tennis shoes. I know a guy. I didn't even know this was a thing that it. He says it's sneakerhead or something. Collects tennis shoes. Collects very expensive tennis shoes, not to wear, but just to collect them. This is where his mind, his focus is at. Some people are thinking, non-preppers are thinking, where am I going to eat out this weekend? Where am I taking my honey? I'd like to take my honey eating out, but they're bigger fish to fry. Sorry, baby, if you're watching this, by the way, you should be working. The point is, prepping is a lot of work, is it not? It's time consuming. And I'm not even a homesteader. For you homesteaders out there, I don't have a hat on this morning, but my hat goes off to you because I couldn't do it every day. We tried it for a week and I literally thought I was going to die. I'm not trying to sound like no Starbucks fan, but seriously, it was tough. I would love to be able to sit down, watch the news like I used to be able to, and not see the obvious lies and spin. You know how some people will sit down in front of the news and they just plug in and they're hanging on every word of the host? Like, this host is the most honest. Lester Holt, I guess Lester Holt still does it right. Lester Holt, he's like Honest Abe with a different hairdo. You know what I'm saying? And they just hang on their every word. Whereas when I see war in Ukraine, immediately my mind starts thinking food. Got to get more food, got to stack more food, got to make sure we got plenty of seeds, got to make sure we got this, got to make sure we got that. When I first saw, the war in Gaza and Israel, I said fuel. Got to make sure we got plenty of fuel, got to start gassing the vehicle up. I know the gas is going to go up at this point. The person's on TV like la 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 la, and I'm thinking gas prices immediately. This is just how I'm wired. But sometimes it gets overwhelming, and I'm not suffering from burnout. I'm suffering from too much coffee, to be honest with you this morning. But if you've ever seen the movie They Live, first of all, if you have not, click off this video and go find it. I think it's free online. Or maybe wait till the video's over. Who knows? I'm just saying. But They Live with Roddy Piper. They got these glasses on there, and he can put the glasses on and he can see the world the way it really is. Not the lies in front of him. But every so often, when he wears the glasses long enough, right, it gives him a headache. These people are wearing them and they get extreme headaches. You see what's going on every single day when you're awake, but it's overwhelming to the point where sometimes you just got that headache. You know what I mean? Like, you've had the glasses on too long and you're like rubbing your eyes, like, just give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes to care about what tennis shoes I'm buying next or boots or whatever. And then this constant censorship, which I'm not complaining about on YouTube. I'm here, I'm punching the ticket. I know what to expect over here, okay, folks? But it's like social media platforms just like off the movie. It's like they see what you're talking about in chat, or they see what a content creator is doing on his or her channel, and they're like, "I got one that can see." And then they just shut you down. Like, you at this point, they ghosted you. I know prepping is necessary, but I'm also human, right? I go to ball games sometimes, high school and stuff. We go to festivals and things. But because of the way that I'm wired, I'm constantly scanning for threats. I'm constantly where are the gates to exit if something goes down. Um, Not to ramble too much, but I've been known to do it. But this past 4th of July, we were in Georgia, which was scalding hot, by the way. The humidity is a no-go for me, but I digress. We were in Georgia, 4th of July festival. This place was crowded. I posted a picture, I think, on Instagram. I couldn't even enjoy it. I couldn't really get into the festivities because I'm like, man, there's way too many people here. There's not enough law enforcement. This is a really bad situation. So my mind stayed there the entire time. Being awake is exhausting. I'm going to shoot straight with y'all this morning. And I bring this up because I know some of you are exhausted or some of you get exhausted. I better do this so I don't burn the finish off my desk here. This coffee's scalding. I think it's the cup. Burnout right now is a mistake. You can't afford. I know people out there are exhausted, and we're just getting started. I made a comment, I think it was on the rundown video yesterday afternoon, that we're knee deep in World War III, which means we have a long way to go, folks. We are just getting started, and I get it. People are exhausted, but again, burnout is a mistake. If you feel yourself starting to burn out, or you think you're getting exhausted with it, focus on the benefits of prepping. Get back to the original reason that you started prepping in the first place. You will avoid dangerous situations. Yes, being at a festival and constantly scanning and having it's like an obsession. You have to know where every exit's at. You have to know. Does this person look shady? Why are they wearing, a long jacket when it's 70 degrees outside? This sort of stuff. It's exhausting, but at the same time, it helps you avoid or potentially avoid bad situations. You'll save money. If you've prepped for a while, if you prepped through the pandemic, you understand what I'm talking about here. Food cost has went through the roof. We're still using peanut butter that we bought way back when, the peanut butter powder. But nonetheless, we're saving money because it's a lot more expensive now than it was when we bought it. And it's this way with other stuff. You're able to stress less, say it with me, stress less and not more. Shouldn't be stressing if you're a prepper. All right. This is why you're putting the work and stuff in. You shouldn't be stressed. All right. That falls onto non-preppers, the zombies. And you're a realist, and there's nothing wrong with being a realist. As exhausting as it may be, there's nothing wrong with being able to turn the news on, look past the 90% BS that they're going to throw your way. I'll give you an example. All right. When this C-19 stuff started to ramp back up, remember the latest variant? I don't even know what variant it is anymore. I think I was calling it the Yoda variant or something. I saw a news program, it came on and they're talking about, I think it was on MSNBC, which is a dark place, let me just tell you, but MSNBC. And they're starting on how deadly this thing could potentially be and how contagious it was. And I said, bro, they're laying the groundwork for a sales pitch for the vax. And not 2 minutes later, they went into that and they started going over a rundown of this miracle vax, that they've revamped. And I said, I'm not interested. You can see propaganda for propaganda. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. To me, that's avoiding a bad situation as well. The bad news is this roller coaster is full speed right now, and we're doing this. It's like a blast coaster, like the big bad wolf, son. But the good news is you should be prepared already. You're never going to be fully prepared, but y'all should be pretty set at this point. If you're sitting there and you remember a video, I think I was outside when I did it. I was talking about the coming storm and how I was standing on the beach and I could see the storm coming. If you've been prepping even a little bit since that time, you're set. You shouldn't have anything at all to worry about at this point. Sit back and watch it happen and stay informed and replace the preps that you're using. I'm not dealing with burnout. Again, just a heads up for those comments that are coming. John, don't burn out. It's natural. I'm not burnt out. The contrary is happening. Now some of that again can be coffee related. I don't know, but it's quite the contrary. I'm feeling pretty good about where I'm at. Sitting here, uh, the 12th of October, my eyes are bad. 2023, I'm feeling pretty good. Even though the world's total chaos right now, and it's fixing to get much worse, I think. I'm okay with where I'm at. I've probably missed something somewhere over there. Guarantee you I have. That makes me a little bit nervous. I guess that's normal. Nobody's perfect. Eventually I'll find it, I hope. Uh, but wow, the non-preppers out here. Getting back to those old zombies, those old mindless stumbling around in their $300 tennis shoes that they collect zombies. Oh man, the tennis shoe crowd's gonna give me so much hate this morning. They'll eventually be eating those tennis shoes. That's the difference between people like us and people that have not woken up yet. And to the people that were leaving comments yesterday saying, "Hey, it's exhausting. My spouse isn't on board. My better half's not on board." Just stick with it. Do what you do. Because here are my thoughts on this, okay? Don't dunk the person. Don't do that, okay? Everybody has their wake up moment, but I think when your spouse or your better half finally has that wake up moment, they're gonna hit it like they're straight chopping wood. and their pants are gonna be on fire, their hair is gonna be on fire, and you're going to gain a huge asset as a prepper at that point because you can get a lot accomplished when both people are on board. So chin up, chest out, especially you, McBean. You look like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, son. Keep the powder dry, right? Because we don't know what's coming next. We don't know if the Koreas are going to go at it north and south. We don't know if Taiwan's going to get hit. We don't know if we're going to get hit by something here in the United States of America. So keep the powder dry just in case. Folks, this is John with Prepper Nation. Y'all have a blessed day.